In the last video, we created a chart. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can update the chart, changing the style, layout, design, etc. But first thing we're going to do, we have two bars here that are really high compared to all the others. I'm going to assume that maybe we misentered this information, and the two that are really high are these two that are 43,000. So to put them in line with the others, we'll just say that maybe we made a typo here and it was supposed to be 4,000 something instead of 43,000. And as I update the numbers up here, you'll notice that down here in the chart, it automatically updates the chart to reflect the new numbers. So anytime you insert a chart, the chart data is tied to the information that you selected up here, and as this information changes, the chart will change as well. Now to change the layout and the design of the chart, what we need to do is click on the chart. When we click on it, just like other design elements of Word or PowerPoint or Excel, any of the Microsoft products, you get two new tabs, Design and Format. So I'm going to start on Design, and let's look at some of the layout options. And actually, I'm going to drag my table over here so you can see it when the menus drop down. So you can see how as I hold my mouse over these, it updates the chart. You can get a preview. So this one does not have a title. This one does have the title. So it just kind of changes where it's moving the key. Like this one puts the key right below the chart or right below the title, whereas this one puts it below the chart. So just some different layout options for you to look at. I'm going to choose this one. After you find one you like, then you can come up to the next option here is colors. As I hold my mouse over these, it's actually changing the colors of the different bars within the chart. Let's do something really colorful. Let's do that. And then you have some quick chart styles. Same thing as with the layout. As I hold my mouse over these, you get a preview of what each one looks like. Now these are all preset options. There are some ways that you can customize it. Let me drag this back over and do everything manually if you prefer. Before we get to that, the last thing I want to look at on this design tab is change chart type. So if you insert a chart and decide, I really don't like this chart, I'd like to change it, you don't have to delete it and start all over. You just go up to change chart type, and let's say I want to do one of these 3D options instead. Let's do 3D cluster. Hit OK, and it updates the chart. Moving on to the Format tab. Format tab is where you can really do a lot of customization and manual changes. Let me zoom in on this. So let's say, this brighter green bar. Let's say I don't like that color, I want to do my own custom color. Notice when I select one, it selects all the green bars. And that's because all of these are referring to, let's see, where's my key? I don't have a key, so I'm not really sure which one this is. It's probably the very first region, which was the north. Yeah, it's the north. So these are all north, so they're all going to be the same color. So what I need to do, select one, it's going to select all of them, and then I can come up here to the paint bucket, and I can choose a color that I want here. Or I can go down, wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but if you'd like to choose a picture, you can actually put a picture fill in there. I like to sometimes play around with these gradients and do gradient fills. Those kind of add a little bit to the chart. And I can do additional things. Let's see. Here, this one is the outline color. So notice now how, let me zoom in more so it's easier to see. So I did a gradient fill, and then I did the border a slightly darker blue to make it stand out. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. There's also some preset theme styles here that you can choose from. But basically, you can change the color of and modify any part of the chart that you want to. If I click back here in this white area, well, now I'm changing the background color of the whole chart. If I want this, I'm changing the wall of the actual chart area. So I can customize that, same thing. If I'm going to come down here, I can even come down and do one of these textures. All right, once again, wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but you can do that. So that is how you can customize the layout and formatting of your charts.